Oh, Medusas are in the game now. I realized as I was sort of outlining my topics for today's video that I'm reaching a point in development where I think it's going to be difficult to show some of the stuff that I'm working on, at least like on the fly, just launching through the editor like I've been doing the last couple of months, just because the stuff that I'm working on, or the stuff that I've been working on this week, and the stuff that I will be working on over the next couple of months is going to be sort of dispersed across the entire scope of the game, and I won't necessarily have a good way to just like jump directly to a point and be like, here's the thing I did. Maybe with some better debug tools and menus and stuff to like give myself certain items and that sort of thing. Maybe I can see more of that, but yeah, I think because of the procedural nature of the game, it's going to be a little bit harder to isolate some of this stuff. So I might try capturing more video footage, as I'm working and just composite that together for these dev diaries. But we'll see. It's definitely an odd place to be in. But yeah, what I've been working on this week is mostly more prefabs for the city in particular, but also a little bit for the wilderness and for the alien hive. I'm really happy with how those are turning out. I mentioned last week that I finally had sessions sort of structured as sequences of all 4 levels all in a row, so I could actually play the entire game from start to finish. And I've done that, I guess, 3 times this week now. Played all the way through, completed a single session, so I can start to get a better idea of the scope of that. I did check that for time. It took me about 28 minutes to complete a session when I was sort of like stopping to find all the loot and playing it as I believe I would actually play it, and hopefully as most other players will play this game. So I feel like that's a good session length. That's about what I was aiming for from the start. So yeah, that's feeling pretty good. It still does not have that sense of escalation that I want, just because there aren't enough items and abilities yet. A lot of the bosses and mini bosses don't exist yet. Or, well, they exist, from Gunmetal Arcadia 0, I just haven't placed them in this game. There's not any sort of per level increase in enemy difficulty, which is something that I want to do. Enemies, have more health as levels go on, that sort of thing. So there's, that sort of like tuning and balancing that I still have left to do, but I mean, yeah, I can sit down and play the game from start to finish now, and it's starting to feel like a game. I don't know if I'm going to keep posting playable builds. There's not one this week, just because of the state the game is in right now. I would not be comfortable publishing a build today, or last Friday when I recorded this. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure out moving forward if I'm going to keep publishing those, because at some point I feel like it's going to be spoiling parts of the game, especially when it gets around to like, the true final boss and all the stuff that I don't want to show just yet. So we'll see how that goes. What else have I done this week? Let me look at my checklist here. Along with prefab design, I've been doing just random bug fixes, tackling some of those things, like I mentioned in last Thursday's blog. Some of those things have just been bugging me for a while, and I'm like, if I don't do something about this now, I'm going to ship with this bug. So things like where the slime's hanging from the ceiling, where like a couple pixels down from the top, it correctly finds locations where it can spawn those sorts of things now. It finds better places for NPCs and treasure chests and stuff like that in rooms. In Wednesday's dev stream, I implemented healing costs correctly, or more correctly. I still need to go back and again add that sort of like per level increase, but yeah, when you find an inn now, the amount they charge is relative to the amount of health that they will refill. So that's something that I would have liked to have gotten that into Gunmetal Arcadia 0. I'm not going to go back and patch it into that game, but it is something that I would have liked to get in there for that one. And for the roguelike game, it felt like it was very, very important to have that in there to maintain the right level of difficulty and, sort of make money more meaningful in this game. So that's working. I also got, loot dropping from stone chests. So now, when you find a stone chest, it's like, oh, hey, I know that this is going to be something a little bit different. And, I can decide whether it's worth using a bomb to blow that up. So hopefully, I'll find more opportunities for those sorts of things. Again, those are just going to be kind of one-off tasks that aren't really part of the high-level goals that I've given myself per month, where, October was level design, November is items, December is legacy events and reactions, and then January is whatever doesn't fit anywhere else. I know that January is already going to be packed full of too many tasks, so as many of those things as I can find room for in these months, I'll be in a better position by the time this game is like imminently launching. So yeah, I guess that's probably all I can really do for this video. I don't have any footage really to show of what I've been working on. I posted some new screenshots in last Thursday's blog showing sort of like what the final decorated version of each of the 4 levels looks like. I think I may have mentioned this in the past. I'm considering adding sort of a 5th epilogue level that would just be maybe an alternative to having an ending cutscene, or maybe something that would sort of go hand in hand with an ending cutscene, and that will also tie into the legacy event system. I'll be figuring that out probably in December when I'm working on legacy events. Whatever this epilogue level is, it would not be, it would not be on the scope of the other levels in the game, so I don't suspect it would take me that long to implement, but we'll see. A lot of that stuff I still need to figure out, and yeah, I'm running out of time to figure things out. I guess that's probably about it for this week. My camera is telling me that apparently my SD card is almost full, so I need to wrap this video up quickly. As always, thanks for watching. This series is supported through Patreon. I want to give a shout out to patrons Jace, Benjamin, and Opie and Nana for their contributions. You can find the links to my Patreon campaign below. Again, there's no playable build this week, so no link down there in the description this time. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.